Claire, 32, from Michigan. In my family, missing a holiday is basically a crime punishable by Grandma Helen's wrath. But the real threat? My cousin Vanessa. Vanessa. She's the golden child, and the predator disguised in perfection. Long blonde hair, green eyes that sparkle like they're plotting, a body that hypnotizes men by simply existing. And she knows it. She has known it since we were teenagers. I have always been her target. The first blow came when I was 23. I had just started dating Marcus, a sweet, shy graphic designer. I was nervous about introducing him to my family. Thanksgiving at Aunt Diane's was chaotic. But Marcus insisted. He wanted to meet everyone, to show he was serious. Vanessa arrived in a tiny red dress that was completely inappropriate for a family gathering. Nobody said a word. No one ever did to her. My mom gave me that look. Here we go. Vanessa slid onto the couch beside Marcus and me, leaning just a little too close, her leg brushing his. She laughed at every joke, touched his arm, leaned forward so he could, well, see what she wanted. I sat frozen, ignored. Marcus looked uncomfortable, but he was Marcus. And she was Vanessa. By the end of the night, I found them alone in the kitchen, her hand on his chest, laughing at things I couldn't hear. When she saw me, she smiled innocently. I was just telling Marcus how lucky he is to have you. 3 weeks later, Marcus ended it. He claimed he wasn't ready for something serious. That was the beginning of a relentless pattern. Every man I dated, every boyfriend I brought home, Vanessa would sink her claws in. Ryan, David, James, Tyler, Christopher, all of them. And my family? They enabled her. My mom whispered, "She's young. She means no harm." Grandma Helen told me to be more feminine if I wanted to keep a man interested. My aunt shrugged. Then don't bring men if you can't handle a little competition. I stopped bringing dates to family events. I told everyone I was focusing on my career, that I was happy being single. Secretly, I still dated. I just refused to give Vanessa ammunition. Then I met Trevor. Doctor. Funny. Stable. Good-looking. We were together 8 months, the happiest I had ever been. The thought of introducing him to my family filled me with dread. I warned him. "She'll try something. Just stay close to me. Don't fall for her." Trevor laughed. "Claire, I'm a grown man. I'm not falling for her games. Trust me." Christmas arrived. Vanessa showed up in a white sweater dress that could have been painted on, heels that made her legs look endless, her hair in perfect waves, her smile predatory. When she saw Trevor, her eyes lit up like she'd won the lottery. She laughed, leaned in, touched his arm, leaned a little too close. I braced myself. But Trevor? Unflinching. He stayed glued to me, kissed my forehead, and ignored her traps. By the end of the night, I realized this was the first man Vanessa couldn't manipulate. Years passed, and I focused on building a life on my own terms. I started volunteering at a literacy program at the local library. That's when I met Michael, an inmate finishing the last 2 years of a 7-year sentence for armed robbery. We started corresponding through letters. At first, short and formal, then longer, more personal. We shared our lives, our fears, our humor. He told me about his childhood in Detroit, his mistakes, his hopes for the future. I told him about my life, about Vanessa, about feeling invisible and powerless. Michael never judged me. He never told me to be more confident or to ignore her. Instead, he said, "Your cousin sounds miserable. That isn't about you. It's about her." Something about the simplicity of it made sense. We wrote for 8 months. Then he got out. Coffee. 3 hours of conversation. No pretenses, no games. Easy. Real. I had never felt so safe with a man in my life. When Thanksgiving approached, I hesitated. I knew Vanessa would attack. I warned Michael. "She'll try everything. Flirting, touching, secrets. Just stay with me. Don't fall for it." Michael shrugged. "Claire, I've been in prison for 7 years. I think I can handle your cousin." Vanessa arrived in her usual tight black dress, predator grin on her face. She circled us like a shark, laughed at his jokes, leaned in, touched his arm. Nothing. Michael stayed steady, polite, protective. He ignored her games. I almost cried. Finally, someone saw her for what she truly was, a desperate, broken woman trying to control others to feel powerful. I had recorded her attempts at that dinner, the whispers, the manipulations. "You're damaged and insecure. You could do better. Call me." Michael's response, "Not interested. Work on yourself before ruining anyone else's life." That recording became our shield. Eventually, Vanessa hit rock bottom. Therapy, confrontation, apology. She admitted, "I've been jealous, broken, desperate for male attention. I hurt you. I'm sorry." I didn't forgive her, not yet. But I could finally breathe, free from her manipulations. Michael became my safe, stable love. We adopted a dog, built a quiet, happy life. Vanessa? She entered therapy, began to understand her trauma, and eventually came out of it with a new partner, a woman named Monica. I agreed to attend her wedding. not because I trusted her, but to witness the life she could build when she stopped trying to control others. I have my own life now. Michael, our dog, our tiny apartment, our quiet happiness. For the first time, I am untouchable. Vanessa may try, she may scheme, she may haunt the edges of my life, but nothing she does can touch me. I am no longer her victim. I am no longer invisible. And this time, I have chosen the one person in the world who saw through her games and chose me.